What is up, you geezer blow type geezers? It is Chris Marder Games here. Welcome to Chris Marder Gaming Reviews. It's good to have you here, isn't it? Actually, it's really good to upload on this channel because I haven't done so in about a month. So this next video that I'm going to be uploading on this channel is in fact a game character review. Now, this is the second one that I've ever done. The first one being Cooler Diamond, which I have playlisted over to this channel rather than deleting it off my other channel and then re-uploading it here because I don't want to lose the views, you know? But yes, this is definitely going to be the second game character review for this channel. So, who is it going to be on? Well, I've decided it's going to be on Mei from Overwatch. Yay! So, what do we know about Mei exactly? Well, according to some players who play Overwatch, she is technically one of the more annoying characters in Overwatch, aside from Roadhog. But still, Mei is still one of the more annoying characters in the game. Now, what exactly does she do? Well, if you do have a Mei on your team, what she would normally do is she would put an ice wall up right about the time you're about to exit the exit point, which can be pretty annoying. If you're one of those assholes that play Overwatch and does this, you are indeed an asshole. However, there are really good things about Mei. If you're one of these guys that, you know, draws a lot of fan art, you'd be pretty much a good fan of her because she's one of these really cutesy kind of characters, and she's always very happy-go-lucky regardless of her situation, especially in the Overwatch story. So this video is going to be dedicated to Mei from Overwatch. She is one of my favourite characters in the game, and she's kind of well, I use her a lot, let's be honest. And so this is going to be a video dedicated to Mei. So if you're sitting comfortably, we shall begin. I really enjoy playing Overwatch. As I've already explained in a previous discussion video on my other channel, I will be willing to admit that I play it more than I play FIFA, Call of Duty, Deus Ex, and even King of Fighters. It is the one game that has allowed me to break the chain of buying and playing Call of Duty every year, to the point where it's made me seriously think about whether I'm even going to buy this next installment at all, let alone eventually buying it. To begin this venture, I will first explain what Overwatch is, in case there are people who don't play the game, or have had other time on their hands playing other games and have missed this one entirely. Overwatch is a team-oriented first-person shooter game developed by Blizzard Entertainment and released in May of 2016. Now at this point I need to address, before it was even known to me in early April, I had absolutely no plans of buying this, because at the time, Call of Duty was on the brain, and after seeing Overwatch's cheesy look, I felt that it was a game that would never grip me. Fast forward a few months on to July, I was growing tired of Call of Duty because I knew I sucked at it, getting constantly shot in the back by players 10 times better than me. I felt it was time for a change. It's easy to get tired of COD because of the game's nature. No matter how many times you play the game, how many hours you play, how many hours you practice in offline mode, I still never find myself getting better at the game because there are people who play the game hardcore, and as someone who has poor reaction times and casually plays games, not even seeing gaming as the #1 hobby, I never feel as though the last set of practice sessions in offline mode was ever considered helpful, but instead a waste of my time and effort. I looked at Overwatch again. Despite its cheesiness, the game revolved around teamwork, rather than constantly getting killed over and over. You had to work to an objective, help your teammates in order to win the game. So rather than just keep dying all the time and not learning anything, at least while I was playing the game, I was learning something. It sounded challenging, but at least if I got killed consistently, it wouldn't bother me too much to the point where I had to keep checking the score every 5 seconds. So I bought a copy on eBay for just over £30 and I thought, you know, why not I give it a shot? No sooner would I realise that what I had just done was probably the best move in my life of gaming. Some people may have their own beliefs, but to me, I consider Overwatch to be the game that buried my love for Call of Duty. But hang on a minute, what does all of this have to do with Mei? Firstly, let's talk about her abilities in the game and the history revolving around her. Dr. Mei-Ling is a 31-year-old Chinese climatologist and adventurer. She was hired by Overwatch to find a cause for the planet's changing climate that had been variously blamed by industry, the increasing Omnic population, and increased consumption of natural resources. Whilst deployed at an Overwatch base in Antarctica, Mei and the other scientists had been trapped by a polar storm that had severely damaged their facilities. Resources were intensively low, and there was a 50-50 chance of there being a potential rescue. So Mei and the others decided to enter cryostasis. There was no rescue, however, Mei was considered the only survivor of this storm after being found years later. By this time, Overwatch had been disbanded. Furthermore, all bases set up to monitor the climate crisis had ceased functioning. Mei continued to work alone. Equipped with a portable version of her climate manipulation technology, she travelled around the world in hopes of re-establishing the eco network and track down the causes of the threats to the planet's ecosystem. Now let's talk abilities. Mei's weapon in the game is an endothermic blaster, which she uses to freeze opponents in matches. Her secondary fire is a lethal ice spike, which you can use to impale them. Other abilities include a huge ice wall, which can be used to cut in half enemy onslaughts for a limited time, and the ability to encase herself in a block of ice in order to heal herself. She carries around a small drone on her back. It's apparent that the name of this drone is Snowball, who assists her in battle, especially with her ultimate, Blizzard. This ultimate is one of the more useful ones in the game, in that it can freeze multiple enemies in the area that the drone is thrown into. Mei or any one of the other heroes can then go in and take them all out, as the enemies are unable to move for a few seconds. Now I'll try to explain in the best way that I can 3 particular reasons why Mei stands out as one of my favourite heroes. Oh, by the way, just so that we're clear, I am very much aware that nobody, and I repeat nobody, has a hero they consider a main use in the game. When you play Overwatch competitively, you have to be flexible with a lot of heroes. Anyway, so here goes. For the first reason, I will state that there are 4 different types of hero in Overwatch. We have offensive, defensive, tank, and support. Mei is a defensive hero, and I have to be honest here. I use defensive heroes more than I do any other type of hero, because if I've learned anything from life, it's that defending is probably my strongest trait in anything that I do. Especially playing football. Whenever I have a chance to play it, I would always play in defense, because I wasn't a popular person in school, and there was a rule of thumb: if you ever got put in defense, you were considered not as good of a player as any of the other good players. Either that, or you didn't even like it at all, so you didn't care much for it, and you'd let the attackers get all the goals. So in order for them to just do their thing, you'd stay back. Not me. I didn't care where I was put. I was going to put on a good show, and it turned out in fact that I was pretty damn good at defending. So I made it an incentive that I would be more of a defensive-minded player in gaming as well. I love being able to block people off at choke points using Mei's ice wall and then heal myself consistently with her cryo freeze ability in order to keep me in the game. And let's not forget the overpowered Blizzard ultimate that has recently received not 1 but 2 buffs by Blizzard. Yeah, let me feel that forsaken rage burning inside of you. Even though Mei is considered one of the more harder heroes to master, according to Overwatch's main website where they give her the full 3 stars, I've actually learned to use her quite quickly. And if anyone asks, no, I do not troll use her by blocking spawn exits like some assholes I've met in the game. And I sure as hell have never blocked the opposing spawn exit the moment the game starts. Okay, I may have done it once, but for the most part I use her properly, in the way that she should be used. I like to play fair matches. I never like to piss people off. It's not in my nature to do such a thing. Just play the damn game and get on with it. The second reason, well, there's some trait of cryomancer in her somewhere, and I love my cryomancers in fiction. Just like another video game character I've already made a video on. Sub-Zero from Mortal Kombat and any Ice-type Pokemon I've ever used in the Pokemon games are all examples of cryomancers that I care a lot about in video games. Then of course we have examples of cryomancers in film and TV. We have Iceman, Mr. Freeze, Frozone from The Incredibles, and yeah, this is for kids. It's exactly like I said in the video about Cooler Diamond. I just have a thing for snow and the cold, and anyone who is associated with this type of manipulation in a game or fictional television, they are an instant hit to me. Then we move on to the third and final reason, which I have to say, I feel a little embarrassed to admit. Do you know, out of all the heroes so far that I picked, I don't think I've found anyone that's worth you.
你好，我爱你。你是真人，我是桃附近6号的咖啡站，你想去吗？
Okay, I'll admit, I do actually find Mei attractive, and if she was an actual person in real life, I would definitely want to take her out on a date. Now, before I go any further, I would just like to state the obvious. I am aware that Mei is fictional, and she does not exist. She is a video game character, not a real person. But let's be honest, us gamers all have our place in the way we look at characters. Developers like to design them in a way that draws its fans to the personalities that are given. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how companies make their sales. Look at Zelda, look at Super Mario. Now when Nintendo developed these games, they drew so much personality in all of their respective characters that they now have some of the biggest cult followings around. And even after the first games that were developed by these franchises, they're still going strong. Fans are able to decipher who they like and who they don't like, and they're able to state their reasons why. Regardless, those games are loved by so many gaming fans around the globe, and rightly so, because those games changed the gaming world we see it today. Overwatch is no different to me. When I saw Mei for the first time, I instantly, and I mean instantly, took an extreme liking to her. She's sweet, she looks like a geek, and she's extremely intelligent. And she's damn good in the game. Maybe even too good. It's a shame that she doesn't get used very much competitively, it seems. But Blizzard have already taken this on board and have given her the all-important buffs. Now she can compete with almost any other hero in the game. Just don't get in the line of sight of a Widowmaker, or don't take on a Zarya, or possibly a McCree. I feel she's not very good against those heroes. So there you have it, guys. That is my video, or my video review, based on Mei from Overwatch. If you really enjoyed this and you want to see more on this channel, make sure you subscribe. I only have 25 subscribers at the moment on this channel, but I hope that it will start growing up as fast as I hope it would be. So if you like this content, please hit the subscribe button. It really does help me out. Make sure you go and check out my other main gaming channel, Chris Marder Games, and make sure you also check out my main non-gaming channel, which is Chris Marder 9. I do have 3 channels that I'm managing, so yeah, a bit of a tight job that. But anyway, regardless, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed it, please like, comment and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at Chris Marder 9. Check me out my gaming channel. Check me out my Google, Facebook, Pinterest, Twitch, and of course my eBay store. And check me out on my website, of course, at www.chrismarder9.com. Make sure you do all of that. I have been Chris Marder Gaming Reviews. Until the next video, I shall see you later. Hey door, and peace.